Though it seems far, I am right here. And though you vanish, who can say where they go? It's our wind casting waves at the shore. And you can be beside me. All you have to do is open your eyes, 'cause I have sent a wish to your ear. In the stars, leaving lights. It's not an easy thing to see my days are done, to walk into that mouth and lay between those teeth. I never think that this is how I'd make my way, but death demands me now, so now I return. This is a wonderful day to be me. Keep my memory with the other myths. Although I won't be here to hear a word of this. Oh! lived my day, and I've seen enough to know that when my evening comes, it's time to lock the doors. This is a wonderful day to be me. Keep my memory with the other myths, although I won't be here to hear a word of it. And I've lived my day, and I've seen enough to know that's when my evening comes, it's time to lock the doors. This is a wonderful day to be me. And when those lips close, that will be my dusk. And if you watch me, your face will be my sun. Oh, this is a wonderful day, oh it is, to be me. Oh, this is a wonderful day to be me. This is a wonderful day to be me. The day that your train crashed, I was sitting by the fire, watching the wind blow his ashes in. Oh, I could sing alone any time. I wish I did less when you were around. Now I would give my voice to hear yours again. And don't you know that I'm thinking of you, and I'm listening for an answer when I watch these ashes fly. Well, it all happened years ago, but the wreck is still there. I drive by once in a while, and somewhere in that knot of steel and rust, my baby let go of the rope, and don't you know that I'm thinking of you, and I'm listening for an answer. When I watch these ashes fly, well, now, how is everybody out there tonight? I am having a terrific time. We have come to the part of the show, ladies and gentlemen, where I get to tell you stories. Here's some fairy tales for you. One night, a frog crept into a man's bedroom while he slept. A delicious spider was hanging over the man's nose by a thread. Well, the frog leaped into the bedside table within tongue shot of the meal, but the spider saw him and spun back up his thread to the ceiling. The frog, being wiser now, shifted into a shadow and waited. He waited and he waited. The spider bit and ate the frog. Afterwards, he did the same to the tip of the man's nose. Well, something Esau forgot to tell you, huh? At grandmother's house, the spice rack was jealous of the pantry. The pantry had doors that closed and sweet things in it like jellied snouts with figs. Meanwhile, the pantry was jealous of the spice rack, for it was open to the fresh air and smelled of coriander and fennel. Well, both drew the greedy attention of the pot, who dreamed of new things to put in himself. And because he was cooked in every night, most of his dreams came true. The only person who prepared the food in the house was the granddaughter, and she went away for a time. Everyone in the kitchen stewed in their perceived neglect day after day until the pot finally spoke up. I have so many unfulfilled dreams, so many nights wasted in emptiness. If only you knew what I had done in my past, what delicious miracles came from me. The pantry replied, irritated, of course I know. Where do you think all those delicious things you overcooked came from? I have the most pitiful lot, because at least you can be melted down for bullets. Since we have been abandoned, all of the fine things within me. The spice rack felt she had to add something. Yes, and well, I have to hang here on the wall and stink. Well, that's when the fine old stove spoke up. Clearly, your lives lives are meaningless and you should kill yourselves. Well, all three considered Old Stove's suggestion. And just then, Grandmother, who had nothing to eat besides the mortified residents of a disabused box of crackers, entered the kitchen, determined that she would cook for herself. She knocked the shelves out of the pantry, reaching for a jar of pickled fish, covering the floor with glass shards and preserves that would have to be thrown away. The pantry lost her soul and meaning and shelving. Now, surveying this catastrophe, Grandmother leaned into the spice rack, sending it off its hooks and into splinters. Her aromatic treasures scattered in mists. Grandmother, hungry and cross with herself, grabbed pot to fill with mop water, and having never handled an iron pot before, discovered too late that its weight was beyond her strength, and dropped it onto the stone floor where he cracked. All to the laughter of Old Stove, for you see, the pantry, spice rack, and pots complaining was on his last nerve, although he never expected their demise to come to pass quite like that. I'm in the mood to play guitar. Would you like to hear guitars? Let's do that. Here's what I wrote for my mother. What does it mean to be on my mind? Dirty old standing line, casting on a life, shaped like me, unmoving. Shape under final breath, I'm afraid of what's coming next. Slip into a pretty dress and wait for room to dim. Voiceless, we cast our shadows. Behind us is the finished bridge. We crossed it to arrive at this, listening to stories carefully unfolding. 12 paces from a marksman shot, eyes closed, drop my gun, lay bare my chest and clear my thoughts, ready for anything. Voiceless we cast our shadows, remorseless looking on, through the eyes and tears and the in the chaos that made us. Voiceless, we cast our shadows. All right, thanks, guys. It's been a while since I played that one. I still remember that. Well, I've got pictures right here. Would you like to see? I suppose you can. I can tell. I have pictures of my mother here. She's deceased. Let's go on. Let's do another guitar song. I'm digging it. I hope everybody is doing well at home. Cheers, whatever you had to dinner tonight. The happiness that leaves you sad when it passes wouldn't have happened without you wanting it to. In low moments, good memories bring the most sadness, because you want to live that night right now, and doubt denies the chance of that night happening again. If your heart is empty, fill it with fancy things. You're the only one who can. In the dead water of her absence, you can forget it wouldn't have happened without her wanting it to. What doubt denies the chance of it happening again. If your heart is empty, fill it with fancy things. You're the only one who can. You're the only one who can. You're the only one who can. Some of you might remember this one. By the way, I would like to have a round of applause for my technician tonight, Miss Katie Ray. Want to go out here and take a bow, baby?
It's just me. Hello. It's just me.
All right. You tried real hard, haven't you? But never saw a sense of what you blew. To keep the hope alive that this wasn't just a joke. Hold on. Hold on. Now let go. Well, so you broke a heart or two. Shit. On the way to find a friend who you could strew. Oh, hold on. Well, I'm afraid to say that shame never saved anyone. And I'm sure you know where this is leading to. Breaking down everyone among you. Hold on. Hold on. this won't be fun. The train is leaving. And peace be to all those who stepped aside, especially if they were taken by surprise. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Everyone will get the chance to dance away into their graves. Hold on. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Now mountains of dust aside to make other shapes in other minds, and none of them are yours. You never understood, and now isn't the time to try. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Now let's go. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Alright, y'all. Y'all might recognize this one. All of my wishes are coming true. And I don't have to wait for grace to shine on me. I'm already here. All of my dreams are shining bright. And I don't have to wait for the right words to come. So everything's already been said. So send me home. I'm happy to go. There we go. All of my fears are flying by, and I don't have the time to waste on love and hate. Jewels are in my eyes. All of my life has led to this. One bright moment before the end. So send me home. Oh, I'm happy to go. So send me home. I'm happy to go. All of my wishes coming true, coming true. And all of my wishes, and all of my wishes are coming true, they're coming true. And all of my life, and all of my fears, and all of my dreams is led to this one bright moment before the end. All of my wishes, all of my wishes are coming true. There you go. Bet you never heard that one quite that way before. All right. Ribs, and all that searches valves on a ham hot jawline, one tongue for each of his thoughts, a pause where the boats are full, over and ending, and we all just crawled out of shit still, and take a breath, listen in all bones, sit still, and take a breath, listen in all the bones. A little personality machine is stood up at the wharf. A bow tie is a ribbon for a shoe who owns his own toes. The little personality machine stood up at the wharf. A bomb shelter made of snow. Sit still and take a breath. Listen in roll bones. Sit still and take a breath. Listen, they're all the bones. Oh, sit still, still. And take a breath. Alright, I'm gonna do an unusual thing. A cover. I hope everything sounds okay out there. I really have no way of knowing. When I went away, goodbye was all I had to say about my. I would like to come again and say, oh my, smiling that will mean that I'll make. 'Cause I've seen all blue skies through the tears in my eyes, and I realize I'm going home. Everywhere it's been the same feeling. I'm outside the rain, wheeling. So cars sail, dealing cards with sorrow and cards and 'cause I've seen all the blue skies through the tears in my eyes, and I realize I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going home. You guessed it, it's fairy tale time again.
Tell us a story.
Oh, I'm going to tell you a story.
I'm going to tell you a story.
I bet you are. Well, you know what, Miss Katie Ray? We've got a crab in our refrigerator right now.
I know how to shell it. It's a male crab, too.
That one was a fighter.
I know.
That one was a real
Or
fighter.
you put it in the garden bucket. Anyway, so did I.
It took a long time before he went pink and let go.
That's true. That
Really?
is very true. That is very true. Poor little buddy.
Well, this is a little story about a crab, Miss Katie Ray.
Okay, let's hear about it.
Such unusual things happen in the world, but you know what? Don't be surprised by anything.
I'm not. I'm 38 years old, man. I ain't surprised by anything.
Why, did I ever show you my walk-in closet of tinfoil hats? Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, we're going to have a date. I thought, wow. I could have sworn, one drunk night I stumbled in there with you and, play dress up.
No, I'm pretty good at dress up, honestly, man.
Yeah, okay. Well, how about a fairy tale, Miss Katie, right? Here you go. You ready out there, boys and girls?
I think they are.
A crab was once given the opportunity to read and write. It was a very long time ago, but not so long ago that people and tigers weren't already doing it. A menu from a seaside restaurant fluttered down to the beach, and the crab took shelter beneath it from the gulls. When his friends saw what he was doing, they quickly imitated him, for these menus frequently flew off the tables to the seashore. Some enormous brute creature came along every day and took the shelters away, and some of the clever crabs lost their lives. Others, they swiftly burrowed or side sprinted into the break. The next thing, is that music too loud, Katie? Are you trying to fix that for me? Okay, I love this jam, so I didn't mind. Okay, yeah, turn it down if it's
Yeah, it's just
it's making you dizzy.
Oh, yeah. Your hair's different than mine.
Okay.
But
Okay.
keep going.
It's making you dizzy.
Oh, yeah. Your hair's different than mine.
Okay.
But
Okay.
keep going.
Okay, let's see, where were we?
All right.
I'll pick back up here. No, I wanted it to keep going.
Oh, I did too. I tried to turn
What do you have against my jams, Katie?
Nothing. I was just trying to turn it lower so that we could hear your voice higher. Yeah, there we go. I just wanted to hear your voice higher than that.
I know, baby. Thank you for looking out for me. I didn't realize how loud it was. Okay, let's see where you take off.
So the pigeon was next. The crab was next to the
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And just last time I had a nightmare, I brought a tape recorder with me, and this is what happened. I was able to bring it over from the other dimension. Okay, so anyway, here we are. Some enormous brute creature came along and took the shelters away, and some of the clever crabs lost their lives. Others swiftly burrowed or side sprinted into the break. The next day, the same crab had the same idea, but because crabs have very gulped up, some burrowed and some scurried back into the water. Okay, here we go. A penguin who had lost his way and honestly had no interest in eating crabs noticed the crab's ingenuity and decided one day to speak with him, for he seemed like a fellow with something to say. I hope you don't mind me bothering you, but I've been on this beach some time, and I admire your foil with the menu. Oh, this thing? Thank you. I just came up with it. Look, no reason to be a show-off. I've seen you do this for many days. I was giving you a compliment. And an idea is a good one, so to say. But I only had this idea today. No, you didn't, but I did. And it's very effectual, keeping me off the Gull's menu. No, you didn't have the idea today, and you are on that menu. What do you mean? This can't be a menu. A menu is an idea, not a thing. A menu is an idea on a thing, and that thing is a menu, and crab is on it. Can't you read? Time! Oh, I see. Crabs have poor memories and can't read. Well, my belly's full, so I don't have anything else to do today. I'll teach you how to read and write. I'm not sure that I need to, but the only thing I have to do today is not be eaten by a gull, so if you don't mind shooing them off when they come near, I'm all yours. And so the penguin began teaching the crab how to read and write. And because he was such a smart crab, he picked up on it very quickly. Before long, he was proficient, and as the days began to dim, the penguin gave him his last test to read the menu. Why, sure, said the crab. I'm happy to demonstrate my newfound skill. The penguin propped the menu up against his slipper, and the crab adjusted his eyes on their stalks to focus the text. And he read out loud. Lemon grass soup. Oh, I'm fond of grass. That sounds like something I'd enjoy. Black and wish you would. First entree. Ham pasta with a creamed crab meat sauce. The crab took a pause, then read on slowly. Lump, crab meat stuffed, crab bisque, crab claws with potato cheddar dip. Crab. The crab muttered incomprehensibly to himself. And with the word crab, the only occasional intelligible thing, until he dropped the menu and wandered into the waves insane. The penguin considered that he might have made a mistake. The next day, he approached the crab, ensconced beneath his menu, and said to him, "Well, that's a clever invention you've arrived at." To which the crab replied, "There you go, the reading lesson. I'm going to read you one more tragedy." Oh, thanks for the red light, baby.
It might be alright.
Oh, yeah. In a big clay pot when the jealous people came. She was told not to come out until called for, so she stayed and stayed and stayed some more. But thirst overwhelmed little Anzu. When she popped her head above the rim, she saw Mama there, both halves of her. Everything that used to be alive wasn't. People were, here were her play pal's arms. Well, they couldn't be anyone else's. There was her uncle's head. Well, how could he smile at her now with such a relaxed jaw? Well, here was the cat, her tongue serrated off by its smashed, flat mouth. How was that going to scratch Anzu's cheek? The donkey was cleaved behind its hip, but still twitched at flies which weren't there. The jealous people changed the village. Behind her house, a fire had been kindled for cooking, and although they were invisible in the noon sun, its flames were the only other moving things in the village. Even the lizards hid. Well, Anzu sat beside the fire and wondered if it was her job to poke it. She sat, and when she was hungry, she ate some of Mama's bread. Well, eventually that was gone, and she ate her neighbors. The things that used to be alive in the village showed more secrets in time, funny faces, and sticks that framed them. She poked at the fire and fed it when it seemed hungry. And then the flies came, and it cheered her spirit, because finally something else was moving. So many things were moving, like flocks of tiny birds. But when the people completely turned into sticks, the flies migrated, and she was alone again. Everyone's bread was eaten. She felt sorry for the fire because, well, Anzu was hungry herself, and she fed it even more. It turns out, fires like to eat houses, and that made her very happy to learn, because she wished she could too. After all the fire and the houses were gone, Anzu was the only moving thing in the village. That is, until a griffin found her. He shared his rabbit dinner and they became friends. The smell of all that death burned the inside of Anzu's nose, so she doesn't notice it anymore. But she adores the scent of roasted rabbits. I'm gonna pick up a gift fiddle now. Hey, I hope y'all been having fun tonight. I'm having a kicking time. You know what? I think I'm gonna keep doing this. If this was cool, you guys let me know. I might just do it anyway. I'm riding a motorcycle down a highway of glass. I've got a date with superstition. The highway shadows behind me, and all my dreams I wake up blind. I wake up with a ribbon stuck between my teeth. Well, there's a little monster that I call Fury. She's as cute as a temper tantrum, and she's always waiting for me where I end. That one joke or two about the news that girl wears forward dress. She's got a dangerous figure and she won't give you a rest. She leaves all her dogs hanging like apples on a doomsday tree. She never gives up and she never regrets a single catastrophe. And if you see me wrecked, don't call a doctor, call a nurse. But make sure that she's not qualified. It'll only make it worse. I'm riding a motorcycle, taking all the wrong turns. I run into some girls and I left some little girls. The fight was kind to me, runs a big black horse. He does round a fire and it starts like sourpuss. I asked him where his mind was. He said it was in the curls of one of those ghouls. I changed her to a merry little girl. I said, don't you know there's bigger game waiting at the end? He gave it up and he got a bike and I gave him bad directions. And if you see me right, don't call the doctor, call the nurse. Make sure that she's not qualified. It'll only make it worse. Don't dare call it suicide, cause nothing was at stake. Just one dirty cycle riding jack laughing at his fate. Ha! I forgot. I left my fat jams on. Why do good people chase after the bad? Is it to be heroes or fuck-ups who know better? Why do the blessed behave like masses? Is it because they don't think that they earn their grace? All their lives are hidden from. Why do the loved look sullen in the arms that hold them? They've chased the bad so often that they know this too will come crumbling. No phantom haunts so well the ghost of things you didn't do. It's the ghost of things you didn't do. It slams doors near chances you took, so they run screaming drink after that one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is the end of our show. Here's the last song. I'd like to have a round of applause for Miss Katie Ray, our technician.
Salute, I'm over here.
I'd like to have a round of applause for Chicken. And for Too Late. We've been working all night long on bringing this lovely show to you, and I could not have done it with the three of these. Thank you, guys. Now,
One song.
one song left.
That's right.
I'm just trying to share a little of my good fortune with you folks.
Oh.
Well, I got it made. Well, I'm whistling in bed. The gin train comes a-rolling whenever I ring my little bell. Oh, yeah. The pork chop is fine. Oh, yeah, yes it is. Well, if that's all that you have. But you see, as for me, I drink bowls of fat and I wash it all down with half and half. With half and half. Oh boy! Yeah, Miss Katie Ray.
I'm getting there.
Bring on that tambourine.
I'm getting there.
Why don't you get into the image, baby?
What? I don't want to be no camera.
Alright, that's fine. I got a goose. Oh, yes, I do. He lays golden eggs. I call it a he. I built a cage right over my bed so I can watch my money happen again and 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 again. Again, 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 yeah. But I know God is made. I don't know how that goose makes all that gold, but I drink too much to himself every day. Every day. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a beautiful evening.
Million. I put you on the million.
Hey, that was fun. I'm going to do that again. You better watch out.
That's alright.